Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Cipta Fitriaji, and in here I'm about to give you a 3 minute thesis presentation about understanding slangs when learning semantics. Now picture this. When you were in high school, oftentimes you would find yourself hearing some words that are not part of the dictionary, but many people around you used it. Like when you walk up to your friends, but then you heard them talking with acronyms or heavily shortened words. You know some of it, but some are unfamiliar. So you will understand it later through the talk with your friends. Yes, it's slang. Slang is an interesting subject to pick at when you're studying semantics, a study of meaning of words. Personally, this is mainly because slang is so varied and creative, in which made it fun to learn about. It can help give us insight what's popular right now. Slang also is not constricted by a particular mechanism. In slang, there's no clear rules. Everything goes depending on the trend and how easy it is to use. Every language has their own slang. Bahasa Indonesia, for example, is not an exception. Now, slang mostly comprised of shortened words, but it can also be derived from culture pop and trends. Some are even words that are used for different meaning from the context it was intended for. In Indonesia, where language is already shortened for the most part in daily basis, slang proves to be very frequent, especially for the youngsters in high school. This phenomenon is common around the globe, but each language is unique. Even slang might differ from generation to generation. By researching what slangs are mostly used and why they chose to use it from, we can take a look at how current generation think, what is popular among them, and how it affects their view. This is especially beneficial to reach better communication and understand what the new generation wants. With this approach, we can settle conflicts that often arise within generation by understanding how each other behave and view things on several topics. It is extremely useful for marketing purpose as well. We can also look at what differentiates the new generation and the older generation, but we can also use it to look at what connects the previous generation with the current one, as some slangs prove that they still used by generation today. Now, to study this, you don't need to go so far to find your sample subject. Slang is part of our daily lives, be it in form of local language, modern one, where it's universally used in many places, etc. You can observe the usage of slang within your own group class or in your daily conversation. But what I would like to aim is to understand the new slangs in the new generation, so I could compare the usage of slangs in my time and the newer one. High school is a good example, as high schoolers have more developed word and they are in the prime of the teenage years. This would provide more variety of slangs and new words I might unfamiliar with, as high schooler has broader view than the younger ones, but still more accepting with new trends than the older generation. For this research, for example, I would take sample from SMAN to Krakatau Steel Cirebon and gather one class to give questionnaires about slang they use and their origins based on their understanding as data. And that's it for my thesis presentation. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.